I wanted to do a video today about how to wean your tubey child off an NG tube. We're just outside in the garden at the moment. He's having a bottle. So we started on our NG tube in January. He was classed as failure to thrive from November, so he wasn't putting any weight on whatsoever, and we went into inpatients in January. So we were really reluctant for the tube at the start, but it was fine after a while. We had boluses, so we were doing 4-hour boluses. So what he didn't drink we topped up, and then we did like an overnight feed. So this is how we got him off the NG tube. The first thing was we started to take control of his milk, his intake, his requirements. So how I did this is when we got him weighed every single week, you times the kilograms by 150, and that works out the daily intake in mils. So for example, Roman is now 7.16 kilograms, and you times that by 150, and should I pass him over? Times it by 150 and you get 1074 is his daily intake. So right at the start we put him on 24-hour continuous feeds 4 weeks ago. So 4 weeks ago we were inpatients at the hospital, and he was on a 24-hour feed because he was really poorly. So he did 24 hours for 5 days, no oral whatsoever, no water, no juice, no solid foods, and on the 5th day we attempt to go to 12 hourly, so every single 2 hours. So we split it. I can't remember what it was then. I think it was 75 every 2 hours. So his intake was 75. So we did 75. What he didn't drink we topped up. So at the start he was taking maybe 50 mils, and we topped up 25 in the hour, and then he had an hour break, and then we did it again, and we did this all the way through the night, and this was over 2 days, so 48 hours. And then at the end of the 48 hours we tried to move to 3 hourly to go back to the 4 hourly, and he couldn't tolerate the 3 hourly ones anymore, so we just decided 2 hourly is what works for him, so we're going to go with that. So we're doing that, and then over the course of maybe 3 days he was drinking more and more. So 50 mils went up to 60 mils, went up to 70 mils, then he was going up to 75 mils. So he was taking all his intake in the day orally at this point, and we were just doing a continuous 12 hours overnight. So we started doing this and continued when we got home as well. But when he was drinking over the 75, so we didn't limit the bottle, so we just let him drink whatever he wanted in the 2-hour spot. So it went up to 80, then it went up to 90, then it went up to 100, then it went to 120, and we were taking this amount away from the night feed. So how to work this out is, say 1,000 is your daily intake, you split that by 2, so 500 is the 12 hours he's awake in the day, and the 500 is the 12 hours at night. So say if he drank all 500 in the day, and he drank an extra 250 on top of the extra 75. So you know he's had 750 orally, and he needs 250 overnight. So we started running this over the pump. And after about a week, he started waking up in the night because he was hungry, which he hadn't done in maybe 2-3 months. So in the night we were giving him a bottle, even though he's on the continuous NG feed. And he was going well over his target because he was drinking normally. So we then decided if it was less than 200 during the night, we wouldn't use the NG, and we would just use the bottles. We set an alarm for 2 o'clock in the morning just in case he didn't wake up, and we would run it over the 4 hours because we do 6 till 6. So eventually, I think it's been, how long has it been now? 18 days without his NG tube. And I'm not saying it's forever, because he might need it again when he's poorly, he might need it again in a few months or a year or 2, like I don't know what the future holds. But for now we know that we've done 18 days and nights solid where he's taken everything orally himself, and yeah, putting on weight really fast. So the first thing I do is take charge of your child's intake. So you work out what you need. Number 2, I'd do gradual. So I'd start from continuous, go to 12 hours, and do it like that. So you do 2-hour slot, and you just encourage them maybe 1 meal per extra time if you want to try that. Or say it might take 4 weeks, it might take 8 months, it might take 2 years. Like, all children are individual. And the third thing I'd do is just be patient. Just be patient. Eventually it works out. Thank you.